On the 23rd of September 2025, the Department of Justice, Home Affairs and Migration updated their Accommodation and Housing Strategy for Economic Migrants and confirmed the following. 1. Under designated accommodation centres, they have confirmed that the Irish Government have established more than 320 designated accommodation centres spread throughout the country, providing free accommodation, free meals, free laundry services, free healthcare, free education and integration supports, and free utilities to economic migrants, noting that equivalent supports and services are not provided to Irish citizens in emergency accommodation. 2. Under accommodation recognition payment, they have confirmed that the Irish Government are continuing to offer homeowners or tenants what is called an accommodation recognition payment, which is a tax-free payment of €600 per month to anyone willing to host a Ukrainian migrant in their home or vacant property, noting that no equivalent payment for housing homeless Irish citizens exists. And 3, under rapid build housing, which is the area that I wanted to focus on, they have confirmed that the Irish Government have agreed to build high quality rapid build homes for 2,000 Ukrainians across 11 sites, with 144 homes in Tipperary, 28 in Cavan, 64 in Cork, 22 in Sligo, 28 in Mayo, 42 in Laois, 64 in Offaly, 66 in Cork, 120 in Dublin and 64 in Galway. Now, according to these figures, the Irish Government intend to build approximately 612 homes for Ukrainians at a cost to you and I of around €300 million. And just for completeness, but you probably know this already, none of these homes require planning permission, as the Irish Government created numerous laws from 2022 onwards that stipulate that developments carried out by or on behalf of state authorities intended to house international protection applicants, whom anyone with any sense knows are simply economic migrants, do not need planning permission, nor do they need to engage in public consultation, nor in the usual local authorities' approvals process. As I stated earlier, this updated accommodation strategy was released on the 23rd of September 2025, but something else happened on that same day. A husband and wife in their late 70s appeared before Roscommon District Court over a breach of planning laws. So the couple in question, Michelle and Malcolm Farrell, have 2 acres of land in Roscommon, and the husband, who is 78, has diabetes and a heart condition, used €8,000 that he won on Winning Streak back in 2017 to buy a shipping container for himself and his wife to live in because they couldn't afford a house. Since putting the container on their own land, they've been hounded by both neighbours, with the closest neighbour being a half a mile away, and Roscommon County Council to remove the container, and they ended up in court last week to answer an enforcement notice the Roscommon County Council served on them in August 2022, which, it should be noted, is right around the time that Ireland was being flooded with hundreds of thousands of economic migrants from across the world. This couple have effectively been living off the grid, using solar panels for electricity, water buckets for rainwater harvesting, a vegetable garden to grow their own food, and they also keep goats and chickens. So not even this climate-friendly, zero-emissions lifestyle was enough to save them from government discrimination. So on the 23rd of September, they were told by the courts that they have 6 months to make alternative arrangements or end up being fined €400 each per day, or even being imprisoned. The point is that on the same date that the Irish Government confirmed that they intend to build hundreds of high-quality rapid build homes for economic migrants without planning permission, using money that Michelle and Malcolm Farrell have paid in taxes, this very same couple in their 70s were before the courts for a breach of the very planning laws that do not apply to these economic migrants. In summary, the Irish Government are providing accommodation centres with free everything that can only be accessed by migrants. They are also making available a tax-free payment of €600 per month to anyone willing to house migrants, Ukrainians specifically. And now they have committed to build homes for 2,000 migrants at a cost of €300 million that bypass all normal planning laws simply because they are home for migrants, while at the very same time they are happy to allow tax-paying Irish citizens in their 70s to be thrown out of their homes with nowhere to go. To conclude, for years I've been highlighting blatant discrimination voted on by Irish politicians, supported by the so-called tolerant left, and thereafter baked into our legal system. And every time I think to myself, this new example of mistreatment or persecution will be the catalyst for change. I pray it does not take you seeing your own mother or father, or even your own children, being bled dry for a repulsive government agenda for you to finally say enough is enough.